Welcome to RFD-TV Live, an informative and interactive hour featuring topics and products of interest to rural America, with expert guests on hand to answer your questions or discuss your feedback. And now, RFD-TV Live.
Good evening and welcome to RFD-TV Live. I'm News Director Mark Oppold. Tonight it's the Vita Ferm Angus Hour. We take a trip to a local grocery store. You'll see firsthand, and I'm sure you have, how much the beef business has changed in recent years. A business that's building a stronger position through branding of beef products. Certified Angus beef, which has set all kinds of sales records, is just one example of the industry's shift from a commodity orientation to a stronger branded presence built on quality and consistency. We'll talk about both in our hour-long program here. Tonight, officials from the American Angus Association and Vita Ferm have teamed up to help cattlemen take a series of small steps to unlock the potential of the cow herd you have, capitalize on the market demand that is out there, and get the price premiums that are due you that come your way through the improved management, changing marketing practices we'll talk about here tonight. We've divided the program into two half-hour segments. Our first half hour, three panelists will focus on the importance of good nutrition, how year-round nutrition, in fact, can not only improve the quality of the beef you produce, but also make your cow herd more productive and more efficient. We'll change our panelists in the second half hour, bring three new people on board who will discuss how you can then leverage those good practices into marketing opportunities through age source verification. Age and source verification. Those are two names or words that we're going to be using later in our program from the American Angus Association, such as Angus Source, another word we'll discuss later. You'll have an opportunity, as always, to call in and ask your questions of each of our panelists during each segment. Let's meet the members of our first panel here. We welcome Dr. Larry Corah, Vice President of Production for Certified Angus Beef Supply Development, Dr. Howard Jensen, Technical Director and Nutritionist for Vita Ferm, and the third member, Mark McCully, Assistant Vice President Production for Certified Angus beef. Gentlemen, welcome to RFD-TV. It's good to have you here. And Larry, let's start with you. Give our viewers a quick background, your position, and a little bit about what you do.
Well, Mark, great to be with you. And my background is Vice President of the Certified Angus Beef Program. I have oversight for the production area. In terms of background, prior to being with the Certified Angus Beef Program, which started 12 years ago, I spent 25 years in academia working predominantly with cow-calf producers in the area of cow-calf nutrition.
And Manhattan, Kansas is home for you.
Manhattan, Kansas.
Right now. Good to have you here. Looking forward to hearing more about some of the programs here and Certified Angus Beef. I remember I was a very young farm broadcaster when that started, 30 years ago plus?
Actually, close to 32 years ago, we started tremendous success, particularly in recent years. It's been a neat program for the beef cattle industry.
Good to have you here, Doctor. Dr. Howard Jensen as well, and give our viewers some Vita Ferm. Great to have you teaming up with the American Angus Association. Your background, if you would.
It's quite an honor for me to be with this group and be here tonight, talk to cattlemen. It's a real passion of mine. I am a veterinarian. Went back to school about 10 years ago. Actually got a master's in nutrition. I raised some purebred cattle myself, and so part of my interest and study over the last 20, 30 years has been nutrition, how it interfaces with health, and both from my own cattle, and I love to talk to cattlemen and tell them things that I've learned.
We absolutely can hear that passion in your voice, but as a veterinarian and beef producer yourself, you know of what you speak tonight. Looking forward to hearing from you in there, and great to have you here. Mark McCully, also give us your background. Where's home for you originally?
You bet. Well, and again, it's also just a privilege for me to be here. Home originally, a central part of Illinois. I grew up small, diversified, little family farming operation. Did all my education training's all been in animal science, and career's been about working with producers primarily of helping them improve their program and improve demand for beef products. I have the wonderful chance of working at Certified Angus Beef today in the area of supply development, but also get to touch and work with our marketing and sales folks and kind of get to see the entire supply chain on any given day.
Very good. And you've been with Certified Angus Beef about 10 years?
About 10 years, you bet.
Very good. It's good to have you here as well.
Good to be here.
Looking forward to talking with you later. Larry, let's start with you. Certified Angus beef, a record year, you were telling me, in 2009. Looks like 2010 is going to be another record year for this great project here. So we kind of start out, it's great news for you, but it also is challenging news to kind of keep that going and the consistency we talked about. So about the consumer marketplace demands that quality. And so let's kind of start by how the industry is going to meet the demand that's out there right now.
Well, I think it's a great point, because as you look at the last couple of years, the economy we've been through, you'd wonder how a premium brand such as ours would be doing. And the remarkable part in the last 27 months is our growth has been about 18.8%, and that's absolutely amazing, considering what we've been through as a country and the fact that the food service industry is as soggy as it has been. And I think that reflects on what the consumer is clearly telling us that they want in the way of product. They demand a higher quality product. They like the premium choice programs like Certified Angus Beef. They like the Prime program, of which we also have a CAB Prime. And so that's where the premiums are in the industry. That's what producers are always looking for. And I think a key part the producers always ask is, how can I become a part of that? How can I maybe do something in my operation that would be valuable? Genetics is, of course, an obvious part, but as we're going to be talking about today, nutrition is critical. Nutrition is a huge part of hitting that quality target. It's a lifetime event, as our panelist will allude to, and that's important. And the other part of it is it does pay. And in spite of some of the price premiums we've seen, or lack of, say, in the Choice Select spread, we're actually seeing excellent premiums still on our particular product in the marketplace, and it's one of the ways producers can certainly glean a premium.
We'll come back and talk more about nutrition with you. And Dr. Jensen, I'll come back to you in a moment, but I want to get to Mark. You talk with producers. Dr. Larry talks about producers and the quality and the consistency. You talk with producers on a regular basis. You work with them as well. And maybe how does nutrition then on the farm impact that consumer out there? Maybe some recommendations you might have.
You bet. Well, and I think it's first understanding that to that cow-calf producer, that even at the ranch level, they are impacting consumer eating experience of that chef, or that's going to put out to that end user, or that product we're going to put out the retail case. It starts with genetics, and we've got to have the genetic potential there. And we obviously, as a subsidiary of the American Angus Association, we spend a lot of time there with the genetic tools. But then after that genetics, after the genetics are in those cattle, for marbling specifically, how we manage those cattle, both from a health standpoint and a nutrition standpoint, where we're going to focus in tonight, is so critical of really tapping that genetic potential that are in those cattle.
And you have something here for our viewers.
You bet. What we've done over the last few years, as we have worked within our company to grow supply of more highly marbled product out there to meet the demand, we've tried to really follow the research. What's the research telling us about management, about nutrition, about all these management practices that go on at the stocker level, at the cow-calf level, at the feedlot level. And we've assembled those into one piece we're referred to as kind of a best practices manual. We started with just talking about the cow-calf producer, and have since expanded and developed another best practices manual for stocker operators. They cover everything from genetics to health to nutrition and marketing.
And we have the manual here, and viewers have an opportunity. This is free to them.
It's a free resource. Go on to Certified Angus, or CABpartners.com is the best place to get it, and can put in a request to get you a free version sent to them.
Very good.